Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto at the channel for crypto news. Cryptos are down today except Ethereum. There's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna tell you about a project that exploded this week. We'll talk about Pengou, why it's surging and what's happening exactly. We'll also talk about decentralized finance. I'll tell you about a major bank that is launching spot markets for crypto. Lots of good news ahead. We'll discuss a company similar to MicroStrategy, but this time focused on the Hype token. So Hyperliquid. I'll also update you on Ripple and many other topics. So let's take a look at the crypto market today. As I said, it's down mostly 116,000 for BTC. And look at ETH. Ethereum is up 2.5% while almost all the crypto market is down. It's good for ETH holders like me, and I hope this will continue. I have a lot of news to tell you about today, frankly. Let's take a look at decentralized finance. I don't know if you realize it, but DeFi is truly gaining ground alongside the rise in crypto prices. We've just hit $126 billion in TVL, the total value locked, which means the amount of money committed within DeFi protocols. That's a 45% increase since April. So where is this TVL located? Mainly on Ethereum, which holds 72 billion. That's massive. Solana is in second place with $9 billion. These are clearly the two largest DeFi ecosystem. Both have seen significant increases, 59% for Ethereum, 50% for Solana since April. Things are still moving forward for DeFi. In my view, DeFi has real use cases, and major institutions will eventually adopt it for many different reasons. I've mentioned Robinhood previously, which is embracing blockchain and DeFi to simplify things for users. Coinbase has already adopted Morpho, a DeFi protocol similar to Aave that allows clients to take out loans using their BTC. What we're seeing is DeFi becoming the foundation that will be used by many different entities, not necessarily Web3 native ones. That could be also traditional finance-focused companies like Robinhood, as I said, or other type of companies that use DeFi as a backbone. So to me, DeFi is the future and it's going to keep growing. There's still so much to build. I know 126 billion might seem like a lot, but it's negligible when compared to the global financial flow of money. And in fact, the actual number of money being managed within this project will be a lot bigger than the number we see currently. So yes, I remain very bullish, especially because it's an amazing opportunity if you want to grow your crypto holding. So if you have Ether and you know you're going to hold it for many years, you might as well generate yield from it. The same goes for Hyperliquid or other projects. There are ways to earn returns on this token. It's really a shame. I know quite a few people who own, for example, Tao, Bitensor, and do nothing with it, even though they could be generating double digits returns. It's really unfortunate to miss out on all that. On top of that, there are also yield on stablecoin. Decentralized finance allow you to generate returns on USDT. So on the dollar, there's not much on euro. So yeah, there's a really huge opportunity here. Next, let's talk about Coinbase. Coinbase had just recently reached an all-time high in market cap. As you can see, Coinbase went public in 2021. I remember one of the first video I made on my previous channel about Coinbase IPO. Since then, the stock dropped significantly from over $300 down to $60, down to $50 in 2023. That was really the bear market for Coinbase, but now it has completely surged. It has exploded. The stock followed the price of BTC. It follows the crypto market overall with the sort of leverage effect. Now we're seeing valuation nearing $100 billion for Coinbase. So really, congratulations to them. They've managed to stay afloat. They have shown a lot of innovation by launching several different initiatives. I talked about the DeFi features integrated directly into their app. They have also their own wallet, and they even have their own blockchain called Base. What Coinbase is doing is truly impressive. Then let's move on to Bitcoin and MicroStrategy, which is now called just Strategy. What's quite astonishing is that the main investor now in Strategy, rather its largest shareholder, is Vanguard. Vanguard is a firm that manages $10 trillion. It's huge. That's just massive. But the thing is, Vanguard is anti-crypto. Vanguard doesn't allow its client to buy crypto through its platform or to buy crypto ETFs because it goes against its investment strategy. Yet, because Vanguard buys the whole market, they run ETFs that replicate the entire market. They've ended up being a major shareholder, holding an 8% stake in MicroStrategy, according to Bloomberg. It's deeply ironic to see this situation where they hold billions of dollars in strategy shares while being against crypto, against BTC, against ETH, and refusing to let their clients buy those ETFs. That's really unfortunate for the clients, but in the end, by buying Vanguard ETF, you indirectly end up owning shares in MicroStrategy and probably other crypto-listed companies that are part of the same index, which give you small exposure to the crypto market anyway. Next, a major bank, Standard Chartered, has just launched a spot market for Bitcoin and Ethereum for institutional clients. This is huge because they say they're the first major global bank to offer this kind of services. I'm talking about a very large bank. Standard Chartered manage billions and billions of dollars. They have 83,000 employees and reported $20 billion in revenue for 2024. They now allow their institutional clients, I have some difficulties with this word, to easily buy cryptocurrencies, and that's a very good thing. I believe this will continue. There's no reason for it to stop. They'll probably add other cryptocurrencies too, but of course it's easy to see why they started with BTC and ETH. They're the two most adopted cryptos among institutional investors. On a global scale, these are the two largest cryptocurrencies. This might change soon with some ETFs, but BTC and ETH will stay the major cryptocurrencies, the top two. I don't believe this will change. In fact, there's one project benefiting from the buzz surrounding ETFs. It's Pudgy Penguins and their token Pengou. Let's recall that this is originally an NFT project. You can see it here. It's featured these very cute little penguins. They recently launched their own meme coin called Pengou. Pengou has been performing quite well, and over the past week, it has nearly doubled in value, driven by the speculation around the potential ETF that could be approved by the SEC. A few days ago, the SEC issued an acknowledgement of their application to launch an ETF for Pengou. This acknowledgement was viewed positively by the Pengou token holder, as it suggests a potential ETF approval in the process in the next few months, maybe. I don't know. The first ETF application was filled by Canary. The name of the ETF is the Canary Spot Pengou ETF, and people are hoping it will be approved soon. There have also been some amusing developments. Coinbase temporarily changed its profile picture to Pudgy Penguins. This was just a temporary move by the community lead who took over the Coinbase account during a brief takeover. All of this contribute to speculation about potential ETF approval. Personally, I think it's pure speculation. Let's remember we're dealing with meme coins here. I'll show you a chart on a PDF file by Chantal Lang, which I work with a lot, including with the tool to visualize a huge amount of crypto scoring data, crypto scores. All the data is collected from various sources and synthesized in the PDF like the one I'm showing here. There is a fundamental score, which is important because with meme coins like Pudgy Penguins and Pengou, traditional data analysis doesn't fully capture the nature of the meme coin team. Investing in meme coins using fundamental analysis is quite limited. There are many risks and it's difficult. So the fundamental score here is 52%, which I agree with. It's not great, it's not bad, but yeah, it's not good like most major DeFi protocols that have a better fundamental score. However, when it comes to other aspects such as liquidity, community, security, the Pengou token scores quite well. From a security perspective, it's just a simple contract, so it's hard to have security flows on the protocol or the token itself. Liquidity is strong, the community is strong. Just look at the Twitter followers chart, it's quite impressive. We're looking at around 750,000 followers. The token supply is also interesting. 71% has already been distributed, which is why the tokenomics score is decent. But there are other aspects that are more concerning, like governance aspect of the token. So it's very interesting case. If you're interested in the crypto scores, I'll put the link in the description. Next, let's talk about Satoshi Nakamoto, a holder from the Satoshi era, who may be selling. I'm referring to the whale that has been widely discussed recently. Many articles and videos have covered this whale who reportedly holds $8 billion worth of Bitcoin and has started moving their crypto. Well, 4.6 billion has recently been moved to a company called Galaxy Digital. Why? The current theory is that this person is in the process of selling and has sold the crypto to Galaxy Digital. Again, this is pure speculation. There could be another explanation. Maybe they entrusted the fund to Galaxy Digital as a collateral for a loan or to generate yield, or I don't know, or something else entirely. In any case, the most probable scenario is that they're currently selling and connecting an OTC sell instead of transferring the funds to Binance, for example, to sell everything, and that would crash the market. That explanation seems very plausible to me. So this holder who waited more than 10 years has finally cashed out with a massive $4 billion. I'll let you know if we get more information, but for now details are quite limited, and honestly it will not change the Bitcoin bull run that is beginning. Next, strategy is being copied by many other companies. One of them is called Sone, a biotech firm that is planning to create a company specifically to purchase $888 million worth of hype token. It's completely crazy. Again, be cautious with this kind of announcement because we're not talking about a completed acquisition but a proposed project. However, what gives it credibility is the presence of several well-known investors back in this company, including Paradigm, a very prominent VC firm in crypto, Galaxy Digital, which I just mentioned right now, and Pantera Capital. These are major crypto investor, suggesting that they may indeed have the funds to buy the hype tokens. Hype is the token of Hyperliquid, which is currently very trendy. It's being widely discussed, especially with the last airdrop of pump.fun. There also been a lot of trading activity on Hyperliquid since many months now. It has found a very particular place in the ecosystem, a sort of centralized exchange without KYC, connected to blockchain, to Arbitrum. However, I believe that if it continues to grow without becoming more decentralized, it could face serious regulatory issues, especially since the number of validators on Hyperliquid is still quite limited. To wrap up, let's talk about Ripple. Ripple is doing very well. The token is nearing its historical high, the XRP. The stablecoin, the RLUSD, is also performing strongly. It has just surpassed TrueUSD. It surpassed $500 million, more precisely $515 million. TrueUSD is a stablecoin that has been around much longer, and RLUSD growth is steady, but it's there. We'll see if it continues. I think they might be able to combine RLUSD with their smart contract-enabled blockchain. If they manage to do and offer financial incentives for depositing RLUSD on Ripple's blockchain, where users can interact with DeFi application, they could kill several birds with one stone. Increase the TVL on the blockchain, grow the user base, and boost the circulating supply of RLUSD. They are also running currently incentives on DeFi apps like Euler Finance to encourage people to use RLUSD, but this is happening on Ethereum, not on their own blockchain. So they have a strategy. Growth has started, and I think it will keep rising. They have strong fundamentals, a large community, significant financial resources. There's no reason not to try to develop additional products like RLUSD, their EVM, and their EVM compatible blockchain. We're seeing this more and more. Many projects start with a meme coin or a single token and then build an entire ecosystem around it. Their own blockchain, DEX. We saw that, for instance, with Shiba Inu, Shiba Swap, and their L2 also. That's what I wanted to share with you today about the latest crypto news. I hope you enjoyed the update. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.